Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and Samsung this week introduced all new updates to its Fold, Flip, and Watch lineup. So I thought we'd talk about what's new as I was able to get an early look at them at the Unpacked event. We'll talk about all of the major feature updates and changes, but we'll go even more in depth with some unboxing videos and more very soon. Now, the Z Fold 7 is the latest in their flagship lineup. It's the thinnest, lightest, and most advanced folding phone ever, according to Samsung. It's available in 4 different colors: blue shadow, jet black, silver shadow, and an online exclusive mint color. They all look pretty good. I particularly like the blue color, and you can see how thin it is here. It's almost as thin as the S25 Ultra. So unfolded, it's about as thin almost as a USB-C port, just a little bit bigger so that you can use the port itself. It comes in at 8.9 millimeters compared to 12.1 with the Z Fold 6, and it's only 215 grams. So pretty impressive overall. Picking it up and just unfolding it, it feels very much like an S25, maybe an S25 Plus even, when you're holding it in your hand. When you open it up, it's got an 8-inch internal display. So it looks really good. There's no bumps into the display or anything else, and the overall crease looks much better than before. Now, unfortunately, it does not support the S Pen. However, they were able to make the glass more durable, so the actual thin glass is double the thickness almost, where it's a little bit more durable, it seems. So 50% thicker with the ultra-thin glass, but it's more robust. The hinge is different as well. So we have an Armor Flex hinge. It's also got grade 4 titanium as far as a lattice within the structure, and then it's got advanced armor aluminum on the outside. We have our typical Corning Gorilla Glass and updates there that are pretty typical that we've had before. Internally, we've got the Snapdragon 8 Elite, and it also ships with Android 16. They also said there was no plans to charge for Galaxy AI with the default features anyway, so that's great news, and we have different features that they're adding as well. We'll go more in depth with those in future videos, but basically you can use Gemini Live, of course, with share screen now. You can also use natural voice commands to instantly get context-based answers, and it's now optimized for larger screens, so much better as far as that goes. There's enhanced audio erasers and much more. So again, we'll go more in depth with that when we unbox it. Internally, we have a 4400 milliamp hour battery, and with the processor combined with that, they've done some great things hopefully to help with battery life. It's really good on the new S25 Edge, and we'll probably see some enhancements here as well. So we'll have to wait to try that out. When it comes to the cameras on the back, we have a 200 megapixel wide and 2 times optical zoom with that lens. We also have a 10 megapixel telephoto, 12 megapixel ultra wide with autofocus this time around, and then on the cover screen we have a 10 megapixel camera as well, and then the main screen is a 10 megapixel but now with a wider field of view. They're also using that Pro Visual engine, but the next generation version. We have better low light, and it uses 10-bit HDR video recording by default. So lots of nice updates here, but just the thing that impresses me the most is probably the overall size and weight. Definitely something I can't wait to use myself, as it just looks really great and it's not larger than a typical phone. When it comes to the Z Flip 7, this has been updated and this was pretty impressive. We actually have a full screen outer display that can use Gemini. So it has a full screen flex window display at 4.1 inches, and the cover display is even 120 Hz. It has very tiny 1.25 millimeter bezels and even goes up to 2600 nits. So that cover display is now something you can use regularly, and you're not really compromising anything if you don't want to open the phone. They've also added the Now bar to the cover screen along with the Now Brief. So those things that sort of came along with the S25 Ultra we get here. And then we also have some updates as far as the wallpaper. So lots of customizations here. We even have clock fonts that sort of fit around what's on the frame. So some nice updates there. And there's some camera updates as well. So 50 megapixel wide, 2 times zoom, 12 megapixel ultra wide, a 10 megapixel main screen, and they have 10-bit HDR video by default, just like the Z Fold. We also have auto zoom features, so it can sort of track around and find where you're at, and the inside display has been increased as well. It's now 6.9 inches inside and a little bit wider, so it's similar to the S25 Plus. They've also bumped up the battery capacity this time around. So we have 4,300 milliamp hours, so it's an increase of 300 milliamp hours, and they say it's good for 31 hours of video playback. So that's pretty impressive if it really lasts that long. And it has the latest 3 nanometer CPU. It's actually their smallest CPU. You can see sort of a comparison with the previous generation here. And it's re-engineered as far as the camera and battery size, all to fit in the compact package that it has. The Armor Flex hinge is also 30% smaller in this model. So lots of enhancements this year, and they've even brought DeX with it for the first time. So that's pretty impressive that they could fit that all in here, so no compromises if you'd rather have the Flip other than the Fold. The battery is also 100% recycled lithium as far as the batteries go in the devices this time around. They've been recycling things such as cobalt and more prior to this, but now it's also 100% recycled lithium in the batteries. They also introduced a less expensive ZFlip 7 FE model. So that's available with a 50 megapixel camera, but it still has sort of the older display from last year, and you don't get all of the advantages of what we get with the newer ZFlip 7. Now with the ZFlip 7 FE, it comes in white or black and starts at $899.99. The Galaxy Z Flip 7 regular model, the new updated one, starts at $1,099.99, and then the Z Fold 7 starts at $1999.99. So prices seem to have increased a little bit this year. Now when it comes to the watches, we have 3 updates this year. The Galaxy Watch 8, which is the thinnest ever with 11% thinner body overall. It has a 3000 nit display and 445 milliamp hour battery. It comes with 64 gigs of storage in silver and graphite, and it starts at $349 for 40 millimeters or $379.99 for 44 millimeters. We also have the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic, which brings back the rotating bezel and has a stainless steel frame and starts at $499. And then we have the Galaxy Watch Ultra, which comes in titanium blue this year, is $649.99, and has 64 gigs of storage. Now we have a redesigned interface with One UI 8 Watch, and we also have notifications for each app separately. They've added the Now bar as well. But the main change here is a sleeping coach, which is personalized based on your unique patterns, and then a bunch of other updates we'll take a look at closer in the unboxing video. But one thing I tried out was a new antioxidant index. It can measure antioxidants in your skin, and basically you place your thumb on the watch sensor for 5 seconds, and then you can measure it. It also has Gemini built in, so you can use that to set a timer, start a workout, or just check the weather outside. The battery life is up to 30 hours with always on display or 40 hours with it off. So pretty good overall. So that's everything new this year with Samsung Unpacked and then their new Fold devices and then of course watches as well. I'll check them out more in depth, of course, in future videos, and let me know if you have any questions for those videos as well that you maybe have not seen answered online. I'll try and answer those in the unboxing videos. Of course, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.